McDavid. Moves in, McDavid goes upstairs! What a goal!
Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanyos here. Welcome to episode number 5 of this NHL 21 Edmonton Oilers Franchise Mode here. If you missed any of the last episodes, make sure you go up into the top corner. I guess it'll be over, I think it's over in this corner now. Or no, it's over in that corner. So make sure you go over to that corner, click the card there to catch up on all the videos, and don't fall behind on the playlist, just so you can keep up to date with it and know exactly what's going on. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, please consider going down below, leave a like, subscribe if you enjoy the video and want to keep seeing content like this, and also feel free to leave comments to possibly get featured in the upcoming episodes. Anyways, let's jump into this episode. So guys, last episode I left you with the question of, do we upgrade the defense more? What should we do with this team? Because at the moment they are not in a particularly good spot. They're not in a bad spot for the Pacific, just 2 points out of third, which is like usually a guaranteed playoff spot. By the looks of it, the Central's doing a little bit better. It's a much tougher division overall, but we need to finish at least top 3. I believe, I don't even remember exactly what our owner goals were for this year. Oh, they want us to win the cup. Okay, so the second half of the year's really got to go well. Let's get into some comments here. So starting off, we had a comment here from Colin Curran saying, if you go for Ryan Suter or Brett Burns, I would suggest retaining their contracts because they're both 35 plus years old. I would also recommend maybe a $2 to $3 million retained. This has so far been a fun series. Keep it up. Awesome, Colin. Thank you. And we will try to retain salary if we go and trade for either one of those guys. The next comment here came from Gabriel S. saying, I feel like you should trade for a top end to a forward, preferably a winger. Maybe trading Eberle, Yamamoto, or Gusev. You need one to really help McDavid and or Draisaitl's line. Also, you should maybe try switching up the lines, like have Yamamoto playing with Draisaitl or something. That is definitely a possibility as well. If we take a look at the lines, unfortunately, switching this up does kind of kill the chemistry here, unfortunately. But, we could still get +1s. I don't think we can completely switch this up. It just doesn't work very well. Maybe we go like this. Eberle, Goose. See, that's not a bad line. That's not bad at all. But, I think one of the main things we're going to have to try and do here is actually come in here from another comment. Before we really go and change up the lines or do too much, there were a couple other comments here that we do need to get to. So the next comment here came from, there's actually a couple comments came from Hockey Coverage and Gaming. Again, you guys should go check out his channel if you haven't already. I left the link in the last video, so yeah, go check out his channel. Great content over there. But he really, he had his channel named The Hockey Analyst for a while, and there's a very good reason for that. So the first thing he said is, I suggest you fire your coach ASAP. I've seen similar teams in your position being in a much better spot by the New Year's break. Your coach is D-level rated coach, which negatively impacts your team. You need at least a B overall coach to get wins for your team. Coaching really matters in the game, so I suggest improving that. I don't think the players are the problem, rather the coach is. So that is a huge comment. I do actually want to address the coaching staff here right away. So I think what we're going to do, actually he also left one other comment here, said that also your coach staff chemistry affects how well your team sims. Make sure that it's at least 70% at all times. But right now your main focus should be heading for a legitimate coach, because I'm telling you right now, he is the problem. Get a guy that's got decent chemistry with your team, but doesn't have to be fantastic, as long as you got all pluses basically everywhere, and the new coach will certainly help. Okay, so those are big comments there for sure. The last comment here from Hockey Coverage and Gaming said the Ekholm trade was solid, but again, I think Montour not performing well has to do with the coach. You need to groom your coaches in the AHL if you want them to be head coaches eventually, but it's better to work them up through the system. As you can see here, we got like a B- AHL head coach. He's really not actually that bad, but we're not going to promote that guy, not yet. So, let me just check out these other coaches. I don't think any of these guys. I'm looking for a forward-based coach overall still, just because they have the right kind of fit for this team. But the guy I'm looking at here is this Marcel Larocque, I believe would be our best option. The only other guy, or sorry, Larocque or no, Ritu. Yeah, I think Roni Ritu is the guy that we'll probably go for. There's a couple different options. 66% isn't bad, but again, we want to have McDavid and Draisaitl, so preferably on the highest chemistry. That's what's going to get the team to win here. And, none of these coaches really get either of those guys. Like, it doesn't get both of these guys on the same, like, Ronnie Ritu would be the guy to go with just because McDavid and Draisaitl will be on almost max chemistry. Then that's kind of the main focus for this team, is if we can get those guys maxed out on chemistry, they're going to do fine. The rest of the team should be able to perform decently well. So I think we're going to go with this, even though the defensive pairings don't match up at all. I think what we're going to do is we're going to actually offer Ritu a contract here. We currently don't have enough money to offer him a contract. We're going to offer him 2 years at head coach for $1 million. So we're going to have to move the budget around a bit. Hopefully we can sign him. So we're going to offer Ronnie Ritu a contract right now. And then we're going to go back and just play around with the coaching a bit here. So we're going to demote this guy first to our goalie coach because he is a D overall coach. The only reason I had him as head coach was because he fit the system quite nicely. As you can see here, we built a 79% chemistry system around him. Which is insane. Like, it was a really good fit, but he's not winning games with the team, unfortunately. He's just not a good enough coach, which I totally believe is correct. And, we'll look for this same system that Frederick Gustafsson plays in the offseason, preferably. We'll look for a coach that, fits that and we can build around with the team, because overall we've built very nicely around this coach and this system. So all we got to do really is just keep that up and, make sure that we find a coach eventually that fits that same system. Besides that, we just got to go adjust the budgets a little bit, and then maybe we'll make one trade after, or if we get a coach, right? So let's go to, where is it? Operating budget. There we go. So we're going to bump down arena ops just a little bit and then bump up the coaching budget. Okay, apparently that was all the money I had. Let's take a little more out there. I want to max that one out. Okay, that's good. Perfect. Okay, so now that budget's fixed, we should have enough coaching budget to go out and sign Ronnie Ritu here, because that is going to be the biggest factor to this team succeeding. We still don't actually have $1 million, so we might fire our NHL assistant coach just to clear up more budget. Because a lot of these guys are making quite a significant amount of money. So we are going to actually fire this coach and then just we're just going to hire some random like NHL assistant coaches and so on. So it really doesn't matter too much, I think. So these are all AHL assistant coaches. So like Hockey Coverage said there, it is best to kind of groom your coaches into the roles that you want them to play. So I think as of right now, we're going to offer Ruslana Roosevelt an AHL associate coach job for $400,000 for 3 years. I think that's a pretty good deal. Besides that, we're just looking for like an NHL, like, again, this guy would be good too. He's C- actually, so not too shabby. We are actually going to offer Torsten Bergqvist. Oh, sorry, wrong guy. Where did Bergqvist just go? He's right here. Okay, so we're going to offer Torsten Bergqvist a NHL assistant coach job, and hopefully he takes it. We'll see if he does or if he rejects that. So that would be nice. Is that Alex Ovechkin? Yeah, it is Alexander Ovechkin, but a different Alexander Ovechkin. That's funny. Okay, so we've offered 3 coaching jobs there. I think that's good for now. I think adding 3 more coaches is definitely going to improve the system a little bit. So we're going to advance another couple days here. We're mainly trying to figure out all the coaching and everything right now. So let's see what happens here. We're just going to advance past these games. So Ronnie Ritu joins the team as the NHL head coach. That is huge. He doesn't necessarily have a winning record, but that's okay. Okay, so I think we're going to try the defense like this for now. I know it's not spectacular because, again, Ronnie Ritu didn't have the right defensive system for the core we've built here. But Evan Bouchard fits it perfectly, so we are going to move him up and just give him a shot on the top pairing with Ekholm there, see how well he can do. I think the second pairing's above average anyways with Lindholm and Klefbom. And I don't think we're necessarily going to go out and upgrade defense yet. It would be nice to, but at the same time, I don't think we really need to. We're going to advance, I think, just up to the trade deadline now. Another option we have with this team is potentially trade, I want to say Eberle, but he is 31 now as well. That's the other kind of big thing. I don't want to get rid of Vrana because we just got him and he's a decent winger on a decent contract. Same thing with Yamamoto, sorry. He's just too young and too good to really get moved around yet. So a potential move would be maybe tossing... I like the second line. I like how McDavid fits with Yamo and Vrana. It's a great line. But Puljujarvi also fits on that line. And I'm just trying to work out how this would make a difference or how we could get this to work. So an option we have, I would say, right now would be to potentially move... I want to say, I don't know how this is going to work. Okay, so a potential option for a move would see us trade Gusev and Eberle in exchange for a better, a power forward type winger. That would be really nice. I think that would work well with the system we've currently built. If we moved Jakub Vrana up to the first line and then Puljujarvi onto the second. So if we could do Eberle and Gusev and maybe a pick, I'm not entirely sure yet on that, what we would trade exactly. So guys, I am actually just going to simulate ahead here before we make any quick fire decisions. Not going to play a game at the start of this episode, but we will play one at the end. There is going to be a lot of moves overall with this team. We've already made 1 or 2 here as far as the coaching goes. Besides that, I would like to hire another coach, but we just don't seem to have the budget right now, unfortunately. Yeah, we only have $300K. Do we beat Vegas? And Puljujarvi's injured too. My goodness. You guys were saying turn down injuries a couple episodes ago. Apparently I'm going to have to. This is ridiculous. Seriously, boom, boom. Just lose 2 players instantly to injury. That's not good. That's really not good. Yeah, we're going to crank those down to 15, I guess. That's brutal. I can't consistently have guys getting injured at 20% injuries. That's just that's stupid. Okay, so we are definitely not trending upwards. We're currently a point a game as a team. We need to win a lot more if we're going to get anywhere with this team. And what do you mean it's already... Are you high? These coaches are pissing me off big time, man. You need to beat Minnesota. They're terrible. Oh my god, it's a 1-goal game. We're losing so many. And there you go. 3rd injury of the episode. My goodness, man. This is insane. We are playing with such an injured team right now. I don't even know what to say. All right, so we did get those coaches. I just want to see how our coaching staff is looking now. 2 of them signed. And, staff chemistry is on its way up, which is good. 58% is definitely not bad. And, overall, you look at the coaching, the head coach should make the biggest difference here, since he is all A's across the board. But we need to win games, and we need players to stop getting injured. That's the other thing, is that we have really seriously been struggling with injuries here as of late. As you can see, Tyler Ennis is currently playing in our defensive group. That makes absolutely no sense. But cool, way to go, NHL. So, man, those are two huge name players for us in Yamamoto and Lindholm. We cannot have those guys out for extended periods of time, and we're going to. So I'm going to simulate up to the trade deadline, which is the middle of February, and or I guess it's the end of February, and we'll see if the team is any bit improved or not. Oh my God, another injury. You are kidding me. The injury bug has killed us here. That's terrible. That's brutal. All right, guys, so we're almost at trade deadline, and it looks like the moves we've made as far as coaching and things like that go have not impacted the team at all. We are currently still sitting third last in the Pacific. We actually moved down. So we're behind the Kings and Pylons now, which is just disgraceful. But that's how things have worked out up to this point. So we're going to go and we're going to make another trade here. I don't want to make another trade, but we have to. And that's the only way this team's going to improve at all, which is sad, but that's how things are going to work out here. So Eberle's playing so well too, man. Come on. We're going to have to trade somebody here. And it's the guys that aren't playing well. And all the forwards are having really decent seasons overall. They're just not playing any defense. I don't know why, but they're not. It sucks. 41 goals for McDavid. Holy crap. Okay, guys, I'm going to try a bit of a blockbuster here, but it hopefully won't backfire in our face because I think we're going to be able to do this properly. So, we're going to go Eberle along with Ekholm because they're trading an injured player too. If this goes through, I will take it because Chychrun is an elite defenseman, 23 years old, which is awesome. I think we're going to have to offer more in this deal, honestly, but if they take it, I'll take it. This is good for us. We get a playmaking winger there that fits forward line 1 in Connor Sherry, and Chychrun fits all defensive pairings, even though he is injured right now. I don't know how much longer he's out for, but that's okay. Does this go through? It does not, probably because of Chychrun. Can we offer Nikita Gusev in exchange for... We'll probably have to take on a pretty bad contract overall, but... I mean, Nick Schmaltz has no value, which is very strange, because he is actually a decent player. We could do this. Schmaltz would fit into our bottom 6, hopefully. That's where we try to fit him anyways. Let's see if this goes through. And it does. Okay. Interesting trade. Let's go to our roster moves. I don't even know what's up with the rosters right now. It's probably Chychrun. Let me edit some lines here, see what's happening. So, go Verana up to there. Yamamoto over. Puljujarvi up. Okay. I like the +3 there. Sherry's going to stick there. Beautiful. Okay. And then we just got this spot to fill with, I believe, Nick Schmaltz. Oh, and he's up to an 83. Oh, that's a fleece. We fleeced him. We really did well on that deal. Yes, we did. Ooh. Yes, sir. Not bad. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm actually very happy with that. That trade turned out extremely well. We played that about as well as we could have. Obviously, Chychrun is going to be out. Hopefully not as long as Ekholm was. But this team has changed drastically again. And I I think we made the right move there. Let me just see. If the injury report, I mean, we already won with Schmaltz. We got a good player back. He's got bruised ribs until March 7th, okay, instead of March 22nd. So that was a good trade, I would say. So we're going to sim right past the deadline. Going to pretty much go to the end of the year and see how the team is able to finish off this season after, everything that's gone on so far. All right, guys, so to end off the season, or the regular season anyways, after all the moves we made, everything we did, the Chychrun trade, like the Arizona trade in general, everything has seemingly turned out all right. We are currently sitting in a wild card spot, but we could potentially lose this spot to the Flames still. We are ahead of them by 1 point. They have 2 games in hand here. We have 1 left. So if they win their game, they could potentially make the playoffs over us still. And, yeah, by the looks of it, they are in that last wild card spot. Oh, man, we're going to miss the playoffs by 1 freaking point, aren't we? That would just be how this season goes. Like, it would. So either way, we're going to simulate this last game, and I'm going to potentially jump in here and play it. So first period is 1-0. Second period is 2-0. Great. Okay. So let's get the headset fired up here and ready to go, because we have to win this game to have any shot of making the playoffs. And, well, who knows if we'll actually do that or not, right? All right, so here we go. 1 period left, down by 2 goals. Our season depends on this period. So here we go. Draisaitl wins the draw. Oh, that's a big move. Leon, you got to finish that, buddy. You cannot miss that by that much. Not at 94 overall. That was a great poke check by Bouchard. Buddy, where is the hook? Honestly, that was ridiculous. Get out of here. Oh, yes, Lindholm. Yes, Lindholm. How is that not in? Are you kidding me? Who's in net? Actually. Thank you. Like, geez, man. There's no way any goalie is making 3 fantastic saves in a row like that. Like, he made 2. Yes, I'll give you that. But my goodness, man. Like, that was ridiculous. All right, 53 goals on the season for McDavid. That's a pretty stellar scoring campaign. Okay, Freddie Anderson made those 2 saves. Are you kidding me? Like, yikes. Okay, so 2-1 game. We're back in it for sure, but we got to just focus on playing good defense too. Seriously, our defense is so ass. It's actually terrible. I don't understand why nobody can pick up a winger making a break towards the net. Like, literally none of my defensemen can, and they're all 80-plus rated. Well, actually, no, Sam Rukov isn't, so that's probably who got scored on there, too. Of course, that would be just how it works. Thank you, Connor. Thank you. At least somebody can score on our team. Apparently, he's the only player. Like, literally, this is... Second goal tonight, 54 on the season, man. McDavid's having a fantastic scoring year, but, like, this is not good. We need somebody else to contribute besides McDavid. Apparently, he's the only guy on the team who can. I don't know. I don't know what's up. Come on, Teddy Bluger. Dude, that should be in the net. Dude, I literally can't touch the puck. There you go. Oilers missed the playoffs. Again. I'm done. I'm done with this team, man. I'm literally ready to blow it up. How do you score 110 points in a season and your team still doesn't make the playoffs? Like, play some freaking defense, Connor. It's brutal. This team is absolutely brutal. I have no other words for it. Like, they just suck. You missed the playoffs by 1 freaking point. I guarantee you Calgary loses their game too. Like, watch me advance one day. Calgary's going to take a loss, still be at 89 points. Yep, we would have made the playoffs if you win that game. It's 1 goal. All right, guys, so that wraps up the season. I got no words. This Oilers team missed the playoffs by 1 freaking point. That's it. 1 point. You can see it right there. 1 point, but Calgary makes it. It just hurts. Especially after that much work and effort and trades and everything went into the season. Like, look at this. Teams with 89, 88 points. Of course, Columbus wasn't even going to make the playoffs anyways. They were out already, whether they won or not, because the next team in their division had 100 points. Yeah, it didn't make any difference for Columbus, but it would have made a difference for us. We would have made it. So, thank you, Columbus. Rivalry has been set up, and we're going to murder you for the rest of this franchise mode. That's how it's going to go. Where were we at? McDavid scores 103 points. Draisaitl's minus 11 on the season, but somehow scores 85 points still. Makes sense. Jakub Vrana has his best season of his career so far. Same thing with Kyler Yamamoto, putting up 63 points. He's looking promising for sure. Connor Sherry put up 49. 40 points for Nick Schmaltz is not too bad. Hopefully he'll just get better. So yeah, 40 points in total there. He played 81 games. So Puljujarvi had 34. Was that better than last year? It was. Okay, so hopefully we'll see some growth from him again. Obviously, we want him to stay on that second line and, continue to grow. Bouchard fits our defense perfectly somehow. Don't ask me how, but he does. Cool, yeah. Chychrun, is an investment, but apparently a very injured investment. So yeah, that's cool. We might end up trading him, honestly, if he keeps getting injured as much as he did. All right, so let's check out the goalies here for our team. Only 27 wins for Jacob Markstrom is not good enough, but he's under contract for how many more years? 2 more years after this. So we might keep him around. We'll see how it goes. As far as the entire NHL goes, Sebastian Aho beats out McDavid by 6 points for the Hart Trophy, I believe. Besides that, the league scored pretty well overall, I'd say. And, lots of players are playing well here for sure. All right, I don't really care about, oh my gosh, this guy scored 100 points. That's insane. Andreoff, oh my gosh, how is this guy scoring 90 points in a season and not growing at all in overall? Like, that doesn't make sense at all, but cool. Yeah, no, I mean, Declan Andreoff should turn out to be an absolute godsend of a player, but he won't. He won't, because that's how NHL works. So, cool. Besides that, Corey Perry, yikes. Okay, sorry, I'm getting off track here. We're supposed to be looking at the NHL, not the AHL. As far as defensemen go, Drew Doughty puts up 81 points. That's pretty insane. We didn't have anybody even close to there. So, cool. Yeah, we could really use some defensemen developing here. It would be nice to get Lambos or somebody in here soon, but it's not looking like that's really going to happen anytime soon, unfortunately. So we just got to stick with what we got for now. There's lots of good defensemen here, but Doughty's probably going to win the Norris. Vesna's most likely going to go to Hellebuck, but my goodness, Jake Allen had a fantastic season with the Leafs too. Aiden Hill, are you kidding? Man, these guys all get like 30-something wins. Then there's Markstrom with like 29 or 25, I think. That's all he had. Yeah, I mean, then again, there were some other really good goalies with pretty bad numbers overall. Oh, he had 27, but again, not good enough. And then for rookies, looks like Anton Lundell will probably be your... what's the word? Why can I think I'm losing it. Calder. That's the word. going to be your Calder Trophy winner. Bouchard actually had a fantastic rookie season overall too, putting up 30 points as a defenseman and staying pretty close with a bunch of these other forwards. So, yeah, I'd say he was definitely the best defenseman there. Liljegren is looking promising too. Okay, explain this to me. How does Liljegren go 17th in 2017 and have elite potential, but Bouchard goes 10th the year after and only gets medium top 4? Like, Toronto media much? Not saying that that's the reason, but it sure seems like it sometimes. Cole Perfetti was playing for Buffalo there too. Tim Stutzel's finally in here. All right, so yeah, there you go. That is your league. Sad season for the Oilers. Again, missed the playoffs by a single point and literally could have won it in the final game and just couldn't get it done. So the team finishes 20th in the league, giving us the 12th best lottery odds, so unlikely we'll win a lottery of any kind, but you never know, man. Chicago was brutal. They finished like well in last. So yeah. So I think I'm just going to end off this episode by simulating right through to the draft. Not going to really show too much of it, just kind of wrap it up for how everything went. Okay, guys, so to wrap up the 2021/22 season, the Vancouver Canucks win their first ever Stanley Cup, and the Belleville Senators are your Calder Cup champions. All right, that is interesting for sure. I want to definitely go just take a quick peek at. Can we even take a look? I guess we can look at Vancouver through the contracts. So I want to look at the Canucks roster. Who did they have to win a cup here? Well, obviously, Pettersson's franchise potential now. Well, that's insane. Pettersson, Besser, Horvat, Hughes. That makes sense. Don't they have... Don't they have Atu Ratti? Yeah, they do. He's 77 right. That's scary. Okay. So they won a cup without their number 1 overall pick, and they're just going to keep getting better. Yikes. Okay. Not looking forward to that, but that's cool. Okay. Let's just take a look at how their cup run went as well, because that's, something else I am interested in because, it's a Canadian team winning the cup. That's always a good thing. So, how did Vancouver get to the Stanley Cup final? They had a fairly easy time overall, apart from Vegas, who they were able to beat in 7 games in the second round. They beat the Sharks in 5, they beat Vegas in 7, and then they beat the Predators in 5, and then the Panthers. The Panthers made it to the Cup finals in 5. So there you go, Vancouver fans. You better be happy about that. Belleville, same kind of story. They had a pretty easy walkthrough for the most part. So yeah, I don't know, man. I think we could have given Vancouver, or a team like Vancouver, a run for their money for sure, especially with the run-and-gun offense that Edmonton has, but can't win every single year, obviously, or make the playoffs for that matter, if that's our problem. Oh, and here we go. So, Portland moves way up. That's nice for them. Wow, okay, so they move from pick 7 to 1. Chicago moves down from 1 to 2. Everybody else stays essentially the same except for the Rangers, who move from 2 to 4. The Islanders move from 4 to 5. Actually, everybody who is above pick 7 moves down 1. So yeah, there you go. We'll be picking at pick number 13 this year. And not great, but oh well. So at pick 13, who are we looking at? Most likely looking at either a guy like Strimbu, who we don't really know, or a goalie like Harbacker. So, yeah, we'll probably take one of those two guys coming up. Maybe we'll trade down to see if we can get a better pick potentially, or get more picks in the first, because I would like to get both those guys possibly. If we could, they're both good-looking prospects overall. And, even though we probably don't really need any more defense as far as drafting goes, we probably should look into it still. So, yeah. And then for retiring players, here you go. We got Justin Williams, Andrew Ladd. Those are kind of your two big names. Everyone else is a little less well-known overall. Wojciech Wolski, he's still in the league, my goodness. Matt Reed, He was drafted. He was undrafted. Never mind. For goalies, Kari Ramo. He spent a significant amount of time in Calgary, didn't he? It doesn't say, but I'm pretty sure he did. Alright guys, so that's pretty much where we're going to call it. If you've got any comments, thoughts, or concerns, make sure you drop those down below. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a thumbs up on it. That helps the YouTube algorithm out. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. And please feel free to turn on notifications so you never miss when I upload. But that's going to be it for me. This is Etanyos signing out, and see ya.